Ooh! I didn't have the microphone on. Wouldn't that be weird? Anyway, my name is Miss Ng. I'm from the Shaler North Hills Library. Very glad to be here with you this evening. I have a super sweet story. It's a Cherokee story. And it's it's retold because it's from the Cherokee people. But it's retold by Joseph Bruchac and pictures by Anna Wojtek. And the pictures are quite beautiful, and the story is beautiful as well. And it's called The First Strawberries. And you'll find out why. Because it's about how strawberries came to be, according to the Cherokee people's legend. My head fell off. Excuse me. Sorry. Long ago, when the world was new, the Creator made a man and a woman, and the two of them were made at the same time, so that neither would be lonesome. They married, and for a long time they lived together, and they were happy. Let's see. Then, one afternoon, the man came home from hunting and found that the woman had not yet begun to prepare their meal. Instead, she was out picking flowers. The nerve, right? The man grew angry. "I'm hungry," he said in a cold voice. "Do you expect me to eat flowers?" Now the wife, too, became angry. She had picked those flowers to share their beauty with her husband. "Your words hurt me," she said. "I will live with you no longer." She turned to the west and began to walk toward the sun. Her husband followed, but her steps were too quick. He could not catch her. He called her name, but she could not hear him. He went as fast as he could go, but his wife was much faster. The sun watched the husband as he followed her. The sun saw how sorry the man was and took pity on him. "Are you still angry with your wife?" asked the sun. "No," said the man. "I was foolish to speak such angry words, but I cannot catch her to tell her I'm sorry." "Then I will help you," said the sun. The sun shone its light on the earth in front of the woman. Where it shone, raspberries grew up. The berries were ripe and looked good to eat, but the woman paid no attention to them and continued walking. The sun tried again. It shone down and blueberries grew, and they glistened brightly in the sunlight, but the woman paid no attention to them, and she walked on toward the west, leaving her husband farther behind. Now the sun tried a third time, and when its beams touched the earth, blackberries grew up, and they were dark and plump, but the woman's anger was too great, and she did not see them. At last, the sun tried its hardest. You can see. It shone its light down in the grass right in front of the woman's feet, and strawberries appeared. And they glowed like fire in the grass, and the woman had to stop when she saw them in front of her. She knelt down and picked one up and put it into her mouth. She had never tasted anything like it before. Its sweetness reminded her of how happy she and her husband had been together before they quarreled. "I must gather some of this fruit for my husband," she said, and she began to pick the berries. She was still picking them when the man caught up with her. "Forgive me for my hard words," he said to her, and she answered him by sharing the sweetness of the strawberries. And so it was that strawberries came into the world. To this day, when the Cherokee people eat strawberries, they are reminded to always be kind to each other, to remember that friendship and respect are as sweet as the taste of red, ripe berries. Isn't that a cool story? I love those legends, and there's a beautiful picture of a basket of strawberries on the back. Life is sweet. Sometimes it's bitter. But if we are kind to each other, then we share that sweetness and that joy and that beauty. Thank you for being sweet beauties. Kiss your beautiful brain. Kiss your loving heart. Look in the mirror. And say, hey, good looking. You're all good looking just the way you are. Thank you, dear friends.